What's going on today, people? You already know what it is. It's your boy Tunchi, and this is YBET TV. Today I got a question from my man Dave Addison, but before we dive into my man's question, the first thing I got to do is pay some bills. Hit me up at www.ybetv.org if you got any questions or concerns that you want to address with me or the management team. We both will see these emails. Hit me up. And then if it's just a question for me, you already know. Only thing you got to do is shoot that to me, and I will shoot a video response. But let's talk to my man, David Addison. No subject. It says, I love your videos. My name is David, and I've been driving for 13 years. I'm looking for advice about going on an op. The first thought I had is about leasing. What's a good take-home pay for leasing or going through a credit union? My credit score is around 650 to 700. I stay in the St. Louis area. I want to do intermodal, and I'm decided on which way to go. And I am undecided about which way to go. But when I look at my future, I definitely see truck in my way. Any advice will be greatly appreciated. Keep up the good work, YBE TV. Thanks. No problem, man. I really appreciate it. Okay. Now, your credit score, first and foremost, I want to let you know that you could track your credit score a lot better than that. One of the best ways to track it is going through myfico.com. You know what I'm saying? You could definitely go through that. It's about $29 a month, but it is more accurate. And you will be able to see like different scores for different things, and you'll be able to get generally a good idea of where you're at. And then you could use Credit Karma if you can't do that, and it'll give you ballpark. It's not 100% accurate, but it'll give you ballpark, and that one is free. And then you can go to these companies, you can call them, and you can ask them what's their criteria and what credit bureau do they pull from. Some of them will say, well, we pull from TransUnion, and you can't have a bankruptcy, you can't have any public records on you, and you got to have a credit score about a 670. You'll be able to look on your Credit Karma, and you'll be able to see if you can qualify. That would be first and foremost what I would do. Now, that's about the credit score. Now, about leasing. Leasing is a tricky one because it depends on the company. First and foremost, you want to know if the company has a good leasing program. So you're going to have to ask a bunch of questions. I should try to put a PDF of questions that you can ask a leasing company. One of the biggest questions you're going to have to ask is, how much is the payment going to be? Okay, one of the things about the trucking industry is some of these places have outrageous lease payments. Like Prime. Prime is one of the companies that their lease amount is ridiculous. You will pay in between $800 to $1,300 per week, which means that if you're paying that type of money, you're going to have to stay out there, because when you don't run, you will be paying an arm and a leg every week in fixed costs. You're going to pay that out. So with that being said, be careful with those type of people. And then you got the people that gives you a decent lease payment. And then they got these hidden fees and costs like CR England. CR England was the fairest. They will give you a 2018 Freightliner. And that 2018 Freightliner, the lease payment will be $550 per week, which is cool. It's not too much. That's decent to ask for. But they got this thing called variable mileage where you're going to pay 14 cents a mile. 14 cents a mile for every mile you run. Sometimes you're going to pay in between $600 to $1,300 in 1 week just in variable mileage alone, plus your truck note. So you got to be careful and ask a lot of questions going in. But you can find a company that will tell you, hold on for 1 second. Son, get your loud thing out of here. It's making too much noise. Get it out of here. Or stop it from making noise. I'm sorry. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to, there you go. Thank you, son. What you're going to have to do is you're going to have to do the research and research this company. And you're going to have to just keep on sending in the questions and keep on asking the questions, because what's good to pay for leasing, $400 or $500, depending on how new the truck is. If it's an older truck like a 2010 10, 11, 12. You know what I'm saying? And they telling you that they could get you down to about 350, 375. That's fair. That is definitely fair with the option to buy at the end, even a balloon payment. If the balloon payment is fair and you do the adding up and it makes sense. Like if you're gonna be paying that for the course of 4 years, and that's gonna supersede the amount that the truck actually costs, plus you paying interest on it, and then they want a $20,000 balloon payment. Tell them to keep that truck, shove it up their A. I wouldn't do it. So it's all about taking your time, hearing what they have to say, because every company is different. And I can't give you what makes sense and what does not make sense. It's never that cut and dry. So just take your time and scrutinize everything they tell you and read everything that they give you and make sure that it makes sense. And if you can go through a company like Lone Mountain Truck Sales or Arrow Truck Sales or Freightliner or Peterbilt or Kenworth, if you can go through a place that sells trucks and trucks only, do that. That would be the best way to go. And then if you can go get you a 2018 Freightliner from Freightliner with the credit that you have, and then sign that truck on the prime, you will definitely make a killing. You would definitely make a killing. That would be the way to go, because you'll probably end up paying like $1,500 to $1,700 a month for that truck over the course of about 5 years, and that truck will be paid off. Versus if you take that same truck and get it from Prime, you're gonna probably pay $1,500 a week for that truck. So just be on the safe side and be real careful. Switch, come stop it. You already know what it is. It's your boy Tunchi. If you don't want to end up in a box, think outside of it. YB.
Drug dealing and killing is going on in my town. It don't take a killer to kill or a driller to drill. See, just being yourself is the definition of real.